Well, the winter mission, the thaw, it's all come to an end, folks. We're back into some snow. We're back into cold temperatures, and in the long-range forecast, really frigid temperatures. Let's start you off with today's story. We have about 2 to 5 centimeters, anywhere from maybe, say, Kitchener, Guelph, down through Essex County, through London, and then a little bit more around the Niagara region. This is by tomorrow morning with a couple low-pressure systems, one to the north, one to the south. And then it's just a parade of low-pressure systems, one after another, that moves through Ontario and into the East Coast. We'll get an update nationwide, but let's go to Kevin Yard.
So much, Nate. Well, here in Calgary, we are really looking for a big warm up this weekend. Record highs expected on Saturday. We could see temperatures upwards of 13 degrees. That is a conservative estimate. We could get even higher than that. Sunday, we do cool off, but we're still going to be about 7 degrees above seasonal. And I don't know about you, Margot, but I'm thinking about breaking out the barbecue and sitting on the patio this weekend.
Thanks, Deb. And we are looking forward to a Saturday sizzle here in the province of Alberta, or at least a hashtag Saturday sizzle. We want to see photos of you enjoying these beautiful conditions, double-digit daytime highs in Calgary, single-digit daytime highs closer to the capital region. So maybe you have some before and after photos of your front lawn that no longer has snow on it, maybe. Hashtag them Saturday sizzle, send them onto Twitter, and you can bet that the Weather Network will be retweeting some of those. Right now, let's head back inside and find out what's going on with Jaclyn.
Thanks, Margot. Yeah, exactly. We'll retweet them. We love things like that. We love temperatures like this, don't we? Warm front moving through. We have some downsloping happening in the prairies, and that's part of the reason that we're going to warm up, but not the case if you live north or east of that area of low pressure. Along that cold front as well, we're going to see up to 10 to 15 centimeters for areas like Collins Bay and up through Uranium City. So it's all cold enough to the north to support snowfall, but underneath that warm front, we're going to see some more gusty winds, and we'll see southerly winds. And if you live in Calgary, you'll be out on the patio. We'll have more on that. Stay with us.
Go to the weather.
It's Jaclyn Whittal and meteorologist Monica Viswani in with you. We're going to talk a little bit about a big cool down in the forecast, and I'm going to call it a cold down because it's going to get downright cold. And Monica, you and I were here yesterday talking about a significant warm up in the prairies, which still looks to be the case for Saturday, but don't get too used to it because we're back into cold temperatures.
That's right. We're talking about patio weather for Alberta on Saturday, so nice weekend ahead for them. And we are going to start to see actually colder air filter into eastern Canada in the coming week or so. Western Canada is still seeing that beautiful mild weather for the most part, but then the tables start to turn and everybody gets a taste of the cold at some point.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, that this, big ridge in the west right now. So we actually see that clearly here with these, the colder temperatures pooling into the east and these warm temperatures in the west. So we imagine a high pressure ridge or a jet stream coming down like so. It all has to do with the jet stream in terms of what sort of nudges colder or warmer air into your region. Really?
Definitely. The jet stream has a huge impact in terms of that. And if you think of the jet stream as almost like a conveyor belt,
right?
It's really sort of like allowing for the cold air, pockets of cold air to slide down south,
which we don't like.
right into the areas that we've got really populated regions, and that means that's going to be an issue economically speaking.
Sure.
That's going to be an issue in terms
fuel
of
consumption.
Definitely, yeah. So jet stream makes all the difference, and that ridge is really amplifying, allowing for that cold air to sink down south.
Okay, well, we'll show the start of it because we've got this winter returns. This is by Saturday evening. We see temperatures getting a little chilly even into Chicago, into the Midwest. And then this is Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to pause it again. Now we're next Thursday. We see quite a bit of cold air moving into northwestern Ontario, but still, like you said, fairly mild in the west. So now tell us about what's at the top of the screen.
So at the top of the screen, it might be a little hard to see, but those purples and the darker purples really up in the north, that is the true Siberian air mass. So if you think it's going to be cold next week in eastern Ontario, the true really, really cold air mass doesn't actually come in until later in January and earlier into February.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. Cold long range, it could be colder than what we saw the last time because we're that much further into our winter season, so colder air masses, I suppose. Return of cross-polar flow, Siberian air mass. You just mentioned that. Can you clarify for the viewer what that means?
Yes, we know Canada. In some cases, we could even say second coldest country in the world.
Yeah.
So we know that Canada's cold, but Siberian Arctic air is even colder than what we have in the Canadian Arctic. So when we talk about the Canadian Arctic air coming in through our cold spells, we're used to that.
Right.
But because of the landmass in the Siberian region, we will get even colder air. And that, once that moves in, that's when we get into those, you know, record-breaking temperatures like we saw that cold snap a few weeks back. But the difference now is that instead of being a 1 or 2 day event, this is going to be a couple of weeks.
My goodness. Okay,
of cold
so
air.
Thanks to Russia. I'm going to throw thanks out there. All right, now, of course, the polar vortex, we've been talking a lot about this, is a feature that always is at the poles, but we need the jet stream or a shift in our pattern to kind of nudge that cold air out of place.
That's right.
That's what we're going to see.
Yep.
Okay, let's show them what it looks like on the model, shall we, Monica? Let's go back and show you. Okay, so this is the last week of January, pretty much, the 19th to about the 24th. And we have cold temperatures moving in northwestern Ontario, about maybe 10 degrees below seasonal at that point.
Yeah, this is actually later next week and into next weekend. So we will start to see those colder air masses. When you think of temperatures, you said colder about by 10 degrees. Norm in Thunder Bay is about -10, so that means -20.
Before wind chill.
That's
so
right.
We're dealing with winds, could be even colder. Next week, not so bad. We see a little bit of a moderation, but then we're into February. We see -20s below the seasonal norm. So you want to get ready to bundle up.
This one